The elimination stage of the Shanghai Major is now over, and if you look at the recent results, you can see that I made it through both the opening and the elimination stage pretty easily, as we got all of the correct picks that we needed. Which means that we are officially one stage away from getting the diamond coin, and the gold coin has already been guaranteed at this point. So now to get the diamond coin, we basically need to get 2 of the quarter finalists correctly, and of course we also have to predict the winner of the major correctly, which is going to be super hard. So going over to the first game, we have Mongols versus Mouse, and hear me out, I'm really feeling like Mongols will make it further than this. These teams played each other earlier and Mongols won, but it was a best of one and Mouse had players underperforming massively overall, and even still the game was really close. Mongols only won in OT, so realistically in a best of 3 match like this, I kind of have to go with Mouse because they are just more experienced and overall just they have better players. But if I was not going for the diamond, if I couldn't get the diamond, I would definitely make Mongols to win this game, and I would even do Mongols to win the entire thing just for the content. But because I have to go with diamond, we kind of have to go with the favorites here. This video was brought to you by Skins Monkey, where you can trade your boring old skins for brand new ones. Are you tired of your blue combo? Just trade it for a red one, it takes seconds. Use code OSNICS on the website to get $5 for free to trade, and you also get a 35% deposit bonus. They have 24/7 live chat support, link is in the description, and thank you Skins Monkey for sponsoring the video. For the second game we have Vitality versus FaZe, and this is usually a classic, but the reality is FaZe has been great before the major itself, and even in the major. Vitality however has been so good, so to me this match seems like a no-brainer. I am going Vitality, but this one is always a hard one to predict. However, in current state I think Vitality is way better than FaZe. And for the third game we have G2 versus Heroic, and even though that Heroic has been very good, way better than I expected actually, but overall I think that G2 is just too much for them, so for me here it has to be G2. And lastly we have Spirit versus Liquid, and I think that Liquid overall hasn't been that great, but they had a somewhat of an easy path here. However, at the end of the day, Spirit should take this in my opinion. Donk has been way too good, and because the opponent is Liquid, which I don't think is that great, I think that we have to go with Spirit here. And now we go to the semi-finals, and for the first one we have Mouse versus Spirit, and I think that overall Spirit is a team that depends way too much on a single player, which of course is Donk. Mouse as a team are just fundamentally better, even though that they haven't been playing as good as they are capable of recently. This one is really hard though, it feels like a 50-50 match, so might as well do a coin flip here. But I think that Mouse is just slightly favorite here, so I have to go with them. And then for the second game we have Vitality versus G2, which might be the hardest game to predict so far. When Monazi and Nico are clicking, G2 can quite literally beat and even destroy any team in the world, but Vitality has been so consistently good this tournament, and we can't forget that they still have one of the best players in the world, which is ZywOo, and G2 and Vitality actually faced each other in the Blast final a few weeks ago and G2 won, but Vitality was playing with a stand-in, and even still it was still a really close game. So in normal conditions I have to go with Vitality here. They are fundamentally better as a team. G2 still depend too much on 2 players. And lastly we have the grand final, which according to my bracket is Mouse versus Vitality, and I'm not gonna lie, if this is a final I feel like it's not super hard to predict, but chances are something is going to go wrong and this isn't going to be the final. But here Mouse, despite being a good team, I think is where they don't have what it takes. They have way less experience and some of their players haven't been clicking as well recently. Vitality is such an experienced team, and playing a major final in front of a crowd is just another regular day for them. The downside of picking Vitality here is that they have a harder bracket to get here realistically, but let's be honest, every single team has a hard bracket because Mouse versus Spirit 50-50, Vitality versus G2 another 50-50, so this will be a nightmare to predict and it will be so much harder than the previous stages. So yeah, I feel like Vitality being so solid and consistent will make it more likely for them to make the final, so odds wise picking Vitality to win the whole thing is just smarter, and that's exactly what I'm going to do to try and get the diamond coin. So that is it for my picks. I either get the diamond coin or not, but it's nice that we made it so far. Let me know what you think about this, and if I change anything I will post the final picks on my Twitter the day before the major starts. Let me know what you think about this, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for daily CS2 content.